You know you love the tab trailers, and the 400 is awesome. But this is the 20th anniversary, so it's a little different, as you can see. I'm gonna show you all the details, so don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, I'm PJ from Princess Craft RV. Today I'm excited because I'm gonna not only show you the Tab 400 Black Canyon series, of course, but this is the 20th anniversary version. So there is only 20 of these 400s made. That's right, there's only 20 in the whole country, and I've got one of them right here. The difference, it's going to be the aesthetics. Look at the decals on this. It's a tan exterior, the mountain graphics on it, a little bit different than you're used to seeing, but still, what a great look. Now the rest of the features are gonna be about the same. It is going to be 18 foot 3 inches long. The dry weight on it is 2880, so it's under 3,000 pounds. And it's got a sitting area, sleeping area, nice bathroom, kitchen, everything you're looking for in a lightweight trailer. And it's got style. Let's go inside and get started. So, walking in, yeah, it's the same old Tab 400 that I know and love. The seating on the front is where we're gonna start because it's so comfortable. For 2 people, it's gonna provide a really nice workspace, a nice eating space, and the windows are spectacular. You can see we've got the big window on the front, portal windows on the side, and comfortable cushions. I love the padding around the portals. It gives it a little bit of style up here, and recessed lighting. You've even got an extra light right there if you need to light up the table while you're working. But the recessed lighting above is going to highlight the shelving. You've got open portals up here for shelving. You've also got 2 speakers up there, so you can have some nice sound while you're working. You've got some speakers in the back as well. So, yeah, really nice space. But if you need sleeping, this drops right down, pull the cushions over, and you've got a second sleeping space as well. I want to show you the cubbies on the far side real quick because they're a little bit different. Of course, the open spaces I've mentioned right on the top. But over here, you've got a really deep space. It comes all the way down to here on the inside. So you can store things right underneath. You've also got these open spaces right there. And, you know, I would get some small baskets. They fit right in those spaces. And you'd be surprised what would fit in there. A lot of great storage right up here. Yes. There are blackout shades for these little portal windows, so don't worry about that. You get a nice dark sleeping space. While I'm sitting here, let's point out the door because the Euro door, as they call it, with nuCamp is a little different than you may have seen in other products. You've got spaces for storage, and then you've got kind of an enclosed space near the bottom. Lift the lid, you could store extra plastic bags in there. You could store I don't know, maybe yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you could store in there, but I bet you'd think of something because there's always a need for a little more storage. It looks like a small trash can. I'm not sure that's the best use, but hey. You do have a window in your door too. Very cool. And that window, of course, has a shade, so you can block it off. The best thing, when you open that door, you've got a screen that pulls across. So you need a little more airflow. I mean, you've got this huge window right here. You can open the door, pull the screen across. Wow. With that power fan just above you there, that could pull in great air into this space. You'd have a nice breeze. You wouldn't need that air conditioner, even on a fairly warm day. Awesome. Let's take a look at the kitchen because it's compact, but I'm really impressed with the storage they're able to fit in the 400. Starting at the end, up here at the top, you have controls for your ALDA system. Let's talk about what that is because it's something that sets nuCamp apart. The ALDA system is going to control not only your hot water, but your heat as well. It's a radiant heat, so it's nice and even, not a loud forced air furnace. So everything heats evenly and your hot water is always available. So that's going to be right up here at the top with the Dometic AC control right underneath it. A little paddle latch for some lighting. And on the right, you have lights for the sink, the accent light right here on the top, and a porch light outside and your water pump. You've also got the monitor that's going to tell you how much water is in your tanks. The freshwater tank in the 400 is 24 gallons. You've got 17 gray and 14 black. So for an 18-foot trailer, that's plenty. Got a great sink right here. It's pretty deep, about 6 inches deep. Faucet lifts up, and of course, when you're not using it, very easy to put down and give you full counter space. Same thing over here with the stove. Lift this up, you've got a nice 2-burner stove, but when you don't need it, be sure to lift up this top, fold it forward, and again, you've got great counter space. And I love the big window. You know, windows are what makes a small trailer more comfortable. So you've got a great window here, again, easy to open, and then you just tighten these down for however open you want it to be. Now let's talk about how the windows work as well. You've got the screen that pulls down here, and then you've got the shade that pulls up, or of course hook them together. So really nice there. I love the open air, and again, with that fan above me, you can create a nice breeze coming in. But when you're cooking, you're not going to miss any fun that's happening right outside your window. Just open the window. You're a part of it, right? Up here, you've got a little bit of storage. Open that up. That is the full depth, and it's about 12 inches tall and 12 inches wide. Microwave right next to it. Amazing, this space in here. I love the lighting that comes down from the top, lighting up the workspace. And the way they set up the teardrops in nuCamp, every light pretty much has its own switch. So you don't have to have all the lights on at once. That's a nice feature. You can just have recessed lighting if that's what you need. Now, storage underneath is pretty incredible. Right back here, you've got this nice space underneath the sink, and they make it so accessible. There isn't this deep space that you can't get to the back of it. With the double cabinets that open, you can reach everything in this space. The 2 large shelf areas, it's gonna work great for a pantry system. Now to the right, you've got some drawers. Of course, they're gonna put a silverware tray in here, but you can lift that up, and underneath, there's another 2 or 3 inches of space. And of course, an open space on the other side. Another drawer underneath, same size, nice space. And right down below that, down here, you're gonna have the breakers and fuses. Now this converter is an auto detect, but that's usually really helpful in case you want to switch out from a wet cell battery to lithium. The good news is this trailer comes with a 100 amp hour lithium battery, so no need to worry about that. You're already set up with the best. A little more storage, so let's take a look. You can never discount the open storage because you've got a nice big open bin up here at the top, and then down below, huge pantry storage here. Love that. 2 shelves, plenty of space. And down below, 1 more drawer. It's only about, I would say, 12 or 15 inches long, probably 4 or 5 inches deep, but yeah, in a trailer this size, not bad. Right across from it, you've got 2 more drawers. This one doesn't go all the way across the drawer face because you've got some gear right here, and you've got an open space from the other side. So it's usable space, it's just not inside a drawer. The one down below is going to be a little bit different because it's not quite as deep, only about 12 inches long, but yeah, about 15 inches deep. So You've got a lot of space in here. It just doesn't have the full depth. Again, because you've got gear on the outside. So they do such a great job of making it accessible. You probably noticed there's another drawer underneath my feet. Let's take a quick look. So right here, a nice drawer, about 18 inches long and about 6 inches deep. Great for clothing and easily accessible. That gives you quite a bit of storage right here in this central area. Now you've got a nice 12-volt refrigerator here. Let's take a peek. And the refrigerator is going to give you 2 shelves. Pretty big space here. Now, you've got enough space in the freezer for an ice tray, maybe 2 ice trays if they're the small ones. Oh, look, it comes with this little baby one. Let me pull it out and show it to you. Little baby ice tray. They make smaller ones like this. But other than that, your ice cream's going to have to be in pretty small containers. However, again, this is an 18-foot trailer and pretty incredible what they can fit in here. Now up above, you've got the Bluetooth stereo, of course, HDMI plug-in, and gonna have everything you need. Speakers not only back here, but up in the front. So yeah, I don't know, it's a small trailer, but music can really make a nice camping experience. The bed area, I wanna show you the Froley system because this isn't a very thick mattress. Now it's a nice foam, so it's really comfortable. But what makes it better is that you have a Froley system underneath. And what these little squares are, is it's kind of like a box spring. It's gonna add more cushion to the bottom of it without having a thick, heavy mattress. This is an independent system that a lot of people add to their RVs, but comes standard inside the tabs, so just makes for a nice camping experience. If you want it even softer, of course you can add toppers in here. Plenty of space to do that. Now, the sleeping area itself, it isn't a standard queen. It's 55 by 79. So you're slightly narrower than a queen and 1 inch shorter. Probably something that you won't notice in the length. Of course, I'm 5 foot, so it wouldn't bother me a bit. But if that's important to you, yeah, it's a nice space here. The end of it really doesn't feel claustrophobic because you have this huge stargazer window. Again, it's got the blackout shade and the screen, and it's a nice addition to open up the space and get all that air flowing through here. A nice 24-inch 12-volt television right there, and you do have a 1200-watt inverter in this trailer, comes standard. So that 1200-watt inverter is going to run that TV, and you're going to have some plugs that are going to be able to charge your computer as well. So keep that in mind, already in this trailer for you. There's a nice cubby right here in the bed as well. So again, remember this drawer doesn't go all the way across, but the last piece of it is an open space, and it's got a 110 plug. You've got the battery heat, because if you get in freezing weather, you're going to want a heater on that battery to kick in. That way it keeps charging even below freezing. And so you push the button, heats up the battery, and then you've got the inverter button right next to it. So if you need that 1200-watt inverter running because you're not plugged into shore power, then easy to reach. And also a nice little light switch for the indirect lighting. So nice open space here. Put your phone down, charge it at night, good to go. You've got nice reading lights up here. Of course, they're going to be the blue light and the white light. You have a folding clothes hanger. Stays out of the way if you don't need it. You need a little hanging space. It's perfect. Just fold it down and you can hang those clothes for the wedding you're going to right here against the wall. They're not really in your sleeping space, but yeah, you've got a place to hang some things. So, I don't know. It's a great little space. Remember, this is a trailer that's under 3,000 pounds, and it's only 18 feet long. Look at all the amenities that are in it. The last thing you're going to want to see is going to be the bathroom. It's got a nice wet bath with lots of great features. So let's go there next. Stepping inside the bathroom, the door only opens, I don't know, halfway, but it's kind of nice. You've got a nice mirror here if you need that. And you know, it's not going to get in the way of the refrigerator or anything else. So that's really a nice feature. You just may want to swing it open a little bit more. So stepping in, you know, it is right here in the center. You're about 6'7" right here. So stepping in, it gets just a little bit shorter. You're probably around 6'2" inside the bathroom. So if you're taller than that, yeah, just sit down if you need to. That works. There's a shower curtain that pulls around the sides so that you can keep everything dry. Just push it back when you're done using it if you're showering. Of course, you get a nice column here with a single handle, a handheld. You know, the bar is going to attach higher and lower so you can adjust the height of it. And this is going to be your Alda heater in here. I like to point that out because a lot of small trailers, they don't heat the bathroom. What? I can't imagine. So I want a nice toasty bathroom if I'm in freezing weather. So the toilet is in the corner, a little tight on one side, but plenty of space on the other. Plenty of knee room as well. You do have a sink in the corner, and yeah, it's not huge, but it's very adequate. And then, of course, the single handle faucet right here. The thing I like about this is they put hooks here for towels. They've got a nice vent that you can push open. They've got recessed lighting in the storage on the back wall. So all of the things that you need to keep in your bathroom or shower can stay in these two shelves right here. So it's really a very nice setup. You've got everything that you need in here. Yeah, as long as you're 6'2" and under, standing up is no problem. So nice bathroom. It is a wet bath. Don't let that scare you. When you get to the small trailers, you don't want all that space for a dry bath taken up in this living area. You want the nice seating. You want a comfy sleeping area. You want big countertops in your kitchen. And the Tab 400 provides all of that. Let's go outside and take a look at a few more features. Now, I mentioned that this is the 20th anniversary edition, and you can see that there is a tab right up here telling you this is number 13 of 20. So, yeah, only 20 of them made in the whole country. We have one left here at Princess Craft, only one. So, if you love the outside, you need to give us a call. Anyway, enough of that. You've got all the Boondock features. You've got the fancy step. You've got a real sturdy handle right here. Now, Boondock is standard on all the Tab 400s, but what's not standard is going to be the Black Canyon package. All of the 20th anniversaries have the Black Canyon package, which is going to give you the solar on the roof. It's going to give you lighted underbelly and the heated batteries. So really nice features there. Now, stepping back, you've got 110 plugs right here. You might be setting up a great outdoor space, so that's going to be handy. And coming back here, you've got these nice nautical cabinets. And the reason I say that is because when you close them, they seal right here. And they've got these latches. They're going to keep it really tight. You've also got a lock, so that's great too. The space in here is really quite deceiving from the outside. It's about 2.5 feet deep, and the cabinet runs from here all the way into the tail of the unit. So you've got quite a bit of storage in here. You've also got a light that you can set to be on demand, or I guess motion sensor is a better way to put it, or you can make it so you just have to turn it on and off, depending on what you would like it to do. The motion sensor feature is always nice because whenever you open that door, it's going to automatically come on. You don't have to put your hand in here and find the light and turn it on. I mean, it's the small things, right? Okay, Let's take a look. Your battery disconnect is also on the side of this. So when you put this camper in storage, you reach in, turn your battery disconnect on, and that means that nothing is going to draw down that charge. It's a great way to store your camper, but be sure you don't travel with it that way. Now let's come around to the back. Now back here, you notice you've got the handles because remember it's under 3,000 pounds. If you're on concrete, it's very simple to push this around and maneuver it. The nice window in the back that opens up, and the stabilizer jacks in the back and the front. In a small trailer like this, you always want to crank those down, and that's going to keep it from moving around, and you're going to not have that wiggle when you're walking around inside. Now coming around this side, you'll see the vent here for your Alda system and the Nautilus cabinet. Let's take a peek. Now in here you'll see different colored levers, and up above the picture telling you where to put those levers depending on what you'd like your water system to do. So if you would like to have it pull from the 24-gallon fresh water tank, you set it one way. If you want it to fill the tank, you set it a different way. If you're hooked up to the hydrant when you're camping, there is another lever setting. And don't worry, you don't have to remember any of that because it's very well labeled and you've got great pictures right here. Now you've got a lot more inside this cabinet as well. You've got a spray port here where you can hook up the coiled hose that comes with it. And you've got hot and cold, so you can do dishes, you can rinse off, wash the dog, whatever you need to do right here with that water connection. You've got the city water connection, and you've got the black tank flush, and switches up here for the water pump. And on the left, you have a portable solar port. You do have 310 watts of solar automatically on the roof of this. But if you want to park in the shade, or if you think you need a little more solar, you can get a portable solar panel, plug it in right there, and add to that solar. It's also a good time to point out that you have a 100 amp hour lithium battery, so it's going to charge quickly, and it's a very efficient battery, meaning you get to use almost all the power that you have put into it, which is not necessarily the case on a wet cell battery. The other piece that is important here is that you have a Bluetooth shunt that comes with this camper. So you don't have to go inside to see what your battery's at. You are gonna have an app where you can see how much battery power is left. So if you're boondocking, or if you're camping not plugged in at the campsite, which is what that means, then yeah, it's great. You can monitor your battery power right there on the phone, all included in this camper. All right, last but not least, you do have another light here that you can set for motion sensor, or of course, turn on and off as you please. There's a hatch on the bottom, so your hose comes right up from underneath, hooks in wherever you need it, so that you can close this door and lock it. Yeah, great setup. Now right in front of this is going to be that 30 amp plug. If you are on shore power, just plug it in right here. And to drain those tanks, you have your sewer hookup right underneath with the black and the gray handles. The venting right here for your air conditioner and your system underneath, and that leaves us the tub on the front. I love this. This is a fairly new feature, came out last year, but it's got some great things. One is it's lockable right here on the front. And that's important because you've got a ton of storage space in here. And if you want to store things in here and not worry about somebody maybe picking it up and taking it with them, you can lock this lid. Now in the past that wasn't possible. The reason is you need access to your propane, because if you have some type of propane issue, you want to be able to reach in and turn that off. So per code, you could not lock the top of this front tub. All that's changed because they give you a nice little access right here on this door. Let's open this up, where you can reach in, turn your propane off, and it's completely separate from the storage space. You've also got a nice little space under here for the sewer hose, so you don't have to use this for that dirty hose. It's really a great system. So I love the way they have changed the front of this Tab 400, and you will see this tub on almost all of the tabs now. So coming back around, we're up at the front door. I can't say enough great things about the Tab 400. If you're looking for something that's under 3,000 pounds, has all the features, and it's off-grid capable, you know, this might be the perfect trailer for you. And if you love the 20th anniversary edition, I've only got one left. So keep that in mind when you're shopping, and if we can help you, we're always glad to answer questions. I'm PJ from Princess Craft RV. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.